Yeah, and oh my bad.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say we are live, and I got my guy Mark Holmes live from Oxnard. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm tired, boss, and I would say it's too damn hot, but it's actually too damn chilly out here, man.
It's too chilly, man. Wow, come on, beggars can't be choosers,
You
man.
know what? These are first world problems here. Talking about it's too chilly out here. It's only like 72 degrees and wind blowing. Okay, forgive me.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry.
yeah, and I thought about it. I was just like, man, it's hot out there. Tempers are flaring and all that stuff. You said it ain't even really that hot, so I mean, I don't know what's
Oh,
going
it was hot on the field for Dix today. Woo-hoo. We
on.
had to bring in the ambulance with the burn cream for him, man, because he was getting toasted, man. My God,
Oh, ooh,
uh, it was crazy. Let me say one thing. I had a mission. I met Jalen Tolbert at the autograph signing show a few weeks back and stuff, and he loved the print that I did. And he gave me actually an address to send it to him. But I said, I wonder if I get the opportunity to actually give it to him. And I lucked out because at the end of practice we were on that side. I was like, Jalen Tolbert. And he popped up his head after he had done an interview after a great practice, and he came on over, and I handed it to him, and he started. I was like, "No, that's the one for you." It's like, Mark, you're an idiot. He could have signed it. He could have given it away, but no. He was like, "For real?" I was like, "Yeah, man, that was for you. I went 3,000 miles to bring it to you." It's like, cool. So at least I got that done. Um, Today
oh,
was a lot different than Tuesday. I tell you that.
oh yeah. Well, how much different was it? Because or is it a player that it was different for specifically?
It was different today. The deep ball was back. In fact, the Cowboys actually getting in the end zone on Tuesday. They could not get into the end zone. They could not do anything. The defense ruled the day. The pass rush was in there, and it might be by design of really the team, the way they were practicing and stuff like that. But the connections between Dak and CD were really good today. Between Dak and Jalen Tolbert today, in fact, Dak and even seeing Zeke go deep. And I was trying to upload some clips here from that, but it's still the connection's kind of slow here at the hotel and stuff. And I'll have some of them up, but you've probably seen a lot of them on Twitter anyway because of we all got basically the same thing, slightly different angle and stuff. But
Uh huh.
yeah, Diggs was having a hard time today. In fact, I didn't see this part of it. But Clarence Hill was saying that Al Harris really got into his ass about, after one of the plays getting burned. And Gina Thorne, shout out to Gina. Gina and her husband. Here's the thing: if you come to training camp, what I want you to do is when you get there, look for in the end zones. It'll be a black pole with cameras on them because that will let you know where most of the work is going to be. Because there's two fields and they switch up on there when they're working out. And the problem is if it's on the far field, which is where the players come in, once you get over there, you have to stay over there for the whole practice. And for people like yesterday that went over there saying, "Oh, I want to get close to where the players come in," they didn't do any work over there whatsoever, but they could not go back to the other side. So she was on the other side. They had the defense worked over there, but most of the work actually was on the other side where I was. But when they were working out over there, she said that Jaron Curse and Diggs kind of got into it.
Okay.
It had to be separated. Now I did not see that one myself, but I trust that what Gina, her husband, told me that they definitely work because I don't know if Diggs has if he's sore or whatever, but he did not. I did not remember seeing him on the field yesterday. So maybe he's a little bit beat. In training camp, especially after you first get the pads on, you kind of get those camp legs and they get kind of tired and kind of dead leg. You know what I mean? I know
Yeah,
you.
definitely.
What's up, prime time? So maybe that it's just you get in the camp and you start getting the grind. This is practice day number 8, and you start getting tired and stuff, and people get a little bit edgy and things and stuff. And you've heard so much about well, Diggs. He's not really a good um, cornerback. Interceptions ain't no big deal. He gets burnt all the time and stuff. And yeah, who knows? And again, tomorrow he might end up being, well, tomorrow's going to be another walkthrough day. But, it's camp. There's going to be some guys that play good, some guys that have some bad days.
Yeah, definitely. And I know that one thing that Trayvon kind of struggles with is a bit of press coverage. And
Hmm.
that's really what he got beat in the one-on-ones. And then I saw him get beat by Tolbert in the team period. So I
Yeah.
wonder if it's a case of him, because I know that he was talking trash a couple of days ago and things got heated. I wonder if it was a case of him just, getting out of character today and really just having a
Yeah.
bad day. Because it happens sometimes.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. Because, like I said, Tuesday, I was just like, I was ready to go ahead and just cancel the season because how bad the offense looked. They couldn't do anything right. And I went to bed thinking like, oh Lord, I felt better when I woke up Wednesday morning about it. So maybe it wasn't quite that bad. Maybe it was just bad practices. But it totally was different today versus Tuesday. And well, tomorrow will be kind of a walkthrough, and that'll be the last practice I go before going back home tomorrow night.
Yeah, gotcha. So it's actually crazy because it's like a 180 because the two guys that we're really depending on this year, Trayvon Diggs and CD Lamb, it seems like they both had a 180. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
both flip flopped where, you weren't too high on CD a couple of days ago, but now it
Mhm.
kind of flipped towards Trayvon. Can you kind of talk about how CD Lamb bounced back today?
Well, he seemed like he picked up the pace. It just felt like I'll put it out there like West Coast was saying. It looked like he was making business decisions and alligator arming, kind of some of the catches and stuff in there. But you saw him actually going, um, really going all out for passes and stuff. And it just seemed like the quarterback and receivers were just on the right page today. It was just a much better day.
Or maybe
Yeah,
he saw
Palmer.
Mark Holmes's clip. Maybe he saw your clip and maybe he said, you know what, man, I ain't got no alligator arms. I don't know what that old guy's talking about, man.
Look, yeah, you're right. You know what? I realized that you can tell how old you are by the type of emails spam you get. See, I'm getting like email spams for like burial insurance. So that's when you know that. I mean, seriously, that and walk-in bathtubs. So it's like, yeah, walk-in bathtubs and burial insurance. Yeah, I'm old. I just now realize that I'm really
Well,
old.
I get spam from car insurance and warranties and stuff like that. So, I mean,
Right,
it must
warranties.
just,
That means you're gonna be around a long time. It's like, look, your ass is just about dead. You're gonna be buried, and you don't want to leave that expense to everybody else. That's when you know you're old.
yeah. Special shout out to I Love Weed, 49 years old today.
Man, you a baby, man. See, he's not getting burial insurance, spam like I am. I don't know what's going on around the rest of the NFL too much, but the Cowboys. But it hit me today something, and this was actually kind of hilarious. If anybody watches my Instagram, um, I may burn in hell for this one. But you being a DC native, you remember when the Wizards had Spud Webb and Manute Bol?
I don't remember it, but I'm a historian from this area, from
Okay.
this area, so I know about it.
There's some famous pictures because Spud Webb was 5'3" and Manute Bol
Yeah,
was like
yeah, the shortest guy in the league to the tallest guy in the league. Yeah.
I'm sitting here on the sidelines and I'm looking at Vasher, who's standing right beside Turpin. Okay. And
Uh-huh.
as soon as I saw that, I immediately thought of that picture of Manute Bol and Spud Webb. It is amazing how tall that Vasher is. Vasher is he literally looks like a giant out there with the rest of the wide receiver. The other thing that really hit me is, and I didn't realize it, how tall our secondary is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
by
didn't
design.
realize Jaron Curse. I don't know how tall he is, but he's like, I was like, wait a minute. I did not think that he was as tall as he is. We have so much length at cornerbacks. It's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Definitely. I mean, it's by design. It's by design. Dan Quinn likes those guys to play in the zone. Contest footballs and make it a little bit tough.
mhm. I'm seeing on the chat here. I've got a lot of people are saying that bring back Des Bryant or Cole Beasley, or why not both? You know, we, we had a discussion with Law earlier on this one.
I'm good on that. I'm good on that. But yeah.
Here's the thing I can say more than anything else about this team. This team has gotten young. It's got. I mean, now you look at Anthony Barr as one of the older guys, along with Tyron Smith and Zach Martin.
Uh-huh.
Is this team is predicated on speed. There are so many guys that are so fast out there. Turpin, he's tiny. He's small. He looks like like one of the players' kids that put a uniform on. He's small, but damn, that guy is so fast. And I start looking at, even CD, he can really move and stuff out there. Everybody is really fast on this team. And I tell you what, I feel good about. How Dak's arm is fine. That Dak's arm and Dak's movement is actually really good. I see somebody is asking, Chris May is asking how Dak is moving. Dak is moving really, really well. And you're seeing him with Dalton Schultz really becoming a thing right now. The two of them seem to be like right on the same page, kind of like Romo and Witten at the moment. And not just your short passes, you're seeing them getting the ball really far down the field, which I truly love.
Nice, man. So defensively, was there anybody that stood out today specifically? Because it looked like it was an offensive day. But again, when I talked to you the other day, you were like, what's the narrative being painted out there? And I told you it looked like it was an offensive day, and you said no, the
It
defense.
really was. And again, there may be that you've got the defense just playing, vanilla defenses and stuff, and not really going out for it to make sure the offense can get the work that they need in there. But pass rushing wise, they looked like they were going live and really going after it. I'm glad to say our kicker at least made a few field goals today, which definitely made me.
Well, it depends on which one you're talking about because Liram made kicks, but Garibay was 4 for
They
8
were
today,
man,
I think.
they were missing them in warm-ups, with no pressure, like 42 yarders. And I'm just like, we may definitely need to bring in another kicker here. I was like,
It's
man,
almost like we should have kept Zerline.
I'm sitting here thinking about, is Money Maher still available? That's how bad it was.
Oh my God, that's terrible. But I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like I mean, we might just have to. The good thing about kicker is that there are always going to be veterans around you can always come in and trust. You know what I'm saying? So they'll just have to figure it out there. It'll probably just be a veteran year. They thought that they were going to give all of these young guys opportunities. Sometimes
Mhm.
young guys are ready. Sometimes young guys
Sometimes
aren't.
you're not.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
last year because they had success with a lot of the young guys, they feel like they can duplicate that, but it's not like that every year. It's not
hmm
a one size fits all type of thing. Some guys are just more mature than others.
I'm surprised today. I thought for sure this is what I was going to see. I thought I was going to see Stephen Jones walking the sidelines, strutting and kind of, adjusted his belt and everything else and said, yeah, call me Catboy because of the deal he pulled off with Anthony Barr for $2 million or possibly $3 million. FYI, he is actually starting out on the pup list to get him up to speed for practice.
Yeah, I was
Um,
going to ask you that. I was going to
yeah,
ask you because somebody said that in the chat. They were like, "How do we sign somebody that's on the pup list? Is it because he's hurt, or is it just that they're trying to figure some things out?"
from what I've heard, it was because he's just gotten here and they're going to get him, up to speed, get training wise to make sure he's up to speed before they rush him out there because he's going from zero to now practice, but it should be just a couple of days and he'll be in there. I think the way practice is going to go tomorrow is going to be like a walkthrough. I think Saturday will be kind of like a regular type practice or something or other because they're going to be going early next week to San Diego, excuse me, to LA for the Chargers, I believe.
Gotcha.
So it's not a whole lot they're going to be doing the next couple of days. So if you are coming to practice tomorrow, it starts at 10 and understand that it's only going to be about an hour long or less. It's going to be a walkthrough.
Gotcha. Okay, so you had an opportunity to see one on ones. You had an opportunity to see DBs, wide receivers.
hmm
But there is somebody in camp that I've been hearing big things from, and is gaining traction. I've seen some big throws from Will Greer today. Can you talk about Will Greer
Yeah, Will is definitely he's definitely made some nice throws. He is looking the last at least the days that I've been here. He's been looking better than Cooper Rush has, and he may move up the depth chart. Although Cooper Rush never seems like he looks very good in practice, he may end up getting the nod still as the number two because of the game against Minnesota last year. Ben DiNucci, well, it's a bomb ass pizza spot. That's all I can tell you there on Big Ben. It's like, is he related to Mike McCarthy? Is my bigger question because you know shout out to the Dukes, man, because this is be his third year if he makes the team on the practice squad and all that. At least he's got a job, get paid, so I ain't mad at him.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a shame in a way because if Will is playing better than Cooper Rush, man, I feel like that should be talked about a little bit more. I mean, if anything, maybe somebody will trade you for Will Greer. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's true, and I'm assuming that Dak's not going to be playing in the preseason games, and supposedly Zeke won't be playing in any preseason games either. So that means there's 3 games for these guys to kind of battle it out and see who's going to be the better man going forward. So at least in real time, that those are going to be very very telling. The preseason games because they'll probably switch time with the number one. Well, whoever the number ones are for that time.
Gotcha. I know I got you for a limited time today. I've heard that there was some. I know that we lost a fullback today, but I also heard that Zeke Elliott
Just for
lined
the
up.
rest of the week with COVID.
Gotcha. I thought it was a shoulder injury.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Rick. I'm sorry. No, no. Rico Dallo is not practicing the rest of the week because of COVID. But you're right. I can't remember what the fullback's name is. Also, John Ridgway. I'm sorry, Jake Ferguson is working out on the bands and stuff because of his hamstring. So
Okay.
he's not practiced the last 3 days.
Gotcha. And I heard that there were some packages today. I know it was a short yardage situation where they lined Zeke up at fullback. And I did see there was a time where Zeke lined up at fullback and blocked
Yeah,
for Pollard. So
yeah.
did you see that quite a bit today, or was that just, a couple of plays here and there?
It's kind of crazy because I've really got to go back through and look at all the clips and stuff because I'm trying to film it and hold on to it. But I know I saw that at least once in short yardage situations. They were doing a lot of quick stuff. They go through and all of a sudden you hear the dun, 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 NFL music and they'll say mojo moments, and all of a sudden everybody will run to the middle of the field, and that's when they were doing short yardage situation. I think Tuesday they were doing like as a 2-minute drill, where you had to get downfield and it's third and long and so on there. So yeah, they were trying. You can tell they're switching up a lot of things because you're seeing a lot of different players that are playing with number one. So it's kind of hard to kind of judge because for a while, when I remember on Tuesday when me and Law were up filming, looking down, we were looking and seeing that like Richmond was playing like with the number ones and things, and so we're like, oh my God, he's ahead of Jalen Tolbert, which was kind of surprised right there. But that was just them working through, and so giving you a look against different competition, probably trying to see what you really had. Because today, I tell you what, wife said to turn my mic up. Randy said you were okay. All right, Randy, I'll turn up my mic. Um, the Seeing like Jalen Tolbert today, Jalen had a incredible practice. He was beating everybody to the punch. Okay, so hopefully, Randy, that's up as high as I can go. Hopefully, that's loud enough. Is it sound okay on your end there?
Yes, sounds straight, man. It's good. I had to go on mute because, like, I mean, I got my kids upstairs making a whole bunch
Okay,
of noise, and I'm just like, oh my God, be quiet. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
All right, so let me see. Hopefully, Randy, that's up a little bit more. Let me know if that's good or not. But no, it's been actually great out here. It's amazing at the amount of love that I've been getting from people. Like I said, meeting Gina Thorne today. I had my man Brad the first night and stuff like that. Blue Virus. It's just so many people I can't even stop and name them. And forgive me because you guys know I am the name butcher and I forget people's names and everything else. But it's been really really great, and it's been a great experience, and it just literally flew by. I can't believe tomorrow night I'm flying back home. Um, I feel better about the team, And I'm gonna kind of put something out here, and this is gonna be kind of this is my conspiracy theory maybe, but I feel like Dan Quinn is like he's got the keys to the kingdom, and it feels like anything that Dan Quinn wants, Dan Quinn seems to get. And I guarantee you that if Dan Quinn wanted Ndamukong Suh, that they would go out and get Ndamukong Suh. That's how I feel. You see Dan Quinn bouncing around on the field, you would think that he was the head coach. You can tell how excited that guy is now, and I think we're going to really and truly need that defense to really be something special. Um, Early on, while we're waiting for Michael Gallup to get back, I know people are saying, "Oh, sign Brian, sign Cleveland stuff." I don't know that I want to do that. We keep signing a lot of old players and bring them in. I think about swing tackle, for example, when we've gotten the Cam Irvings and the Ty Nasekis and things like that. And when they put it into play, they're ass. I think I kind of like this younger approach. We may end up having some of these guys that are getting their lumps like Terrence Steele did last year, but you look now after him getting his lumps, he's one of our better offensive linemen. And maybe that's the approach we need to play because I recall just 2 years ago, Emerson Griffin, Gerald McCoy, Tom Terry Poe, Clinton Dix, guys that have played a lot of minutes in the NFL, but they never busted a grape for our team.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing about Dan Quinn and the thing about what I like about this year is that everybody is getting an opportunity for the most part to see what they
Mhm.
do when the bright lights are when they're gonna hit during the game. So it seems like there's a big theme on being able to be in a game and expect the unexpected. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know who you're gonna be lined up against.
Mhm.
You never know when your number is going to be called. It just seems like they're practicing a whole bunch of different situations to get everybody battle tested. I
Right.
think that's a big theme, being battle tested. We got to a situation last year in the playoffs where, you know, it was a battle, but
Yeah.
you know, in the situations when things got tough, we somehow kind of backed down. We were bullies against teams that we were completely better than, but when we were even or they might have been slightly better, we kind of backed down in those situations. So I think that's one of the things they want to harp on this year, probably.
Shout out to Randy. I think the signing of Barr means Parsons will play up the middle line in blitz more. I think what it is now you've got Micah Parsons as a wild card that you can move almost anywhere. And Barr also is a guy who can rush the passer as well. So, and he's another tall guy. And like I was saying, that it amazed me how tall our defense almost looks like a basketball team, quite frankly, when you look at some of these guys out there. They are huge. And somebody asked, how was Basher looking? Basher's looking good too. Of course, he had the great one handed catch a few days ago and stuff. But it is great what we're seeing at least. And the other thing too is you really actually like this because for our D backs to have to practice against CD and things like that and so forth, and for CD to have to practice against Diggs and Anthony Brown, you're getting good players that are playing against good players. And so that's going to make it better for you when, of course, you're playing against lesser teams, per se.
Gotcha. One thing I kind of want to ask about, you said you don't get a chance to really see the offensive lineman, but uh, in the team periods, have you been seeing a lot of combo blocking situations? Have you been running a lot of inside zone like we've been doing
Well,
that?
they were doing actually. I did. It's almost comical because, like I said, I've got a lot of clips and stuff. I just haven't had a chance to even upload it and stuff. But when you get over on the other side, you have the offensive linemen. They're working basically towards the end zone and stuff. And then, of course, Dak and the wide receivers and stuff are working closer to where they actually come out and practice. And I actually go down there, and they're kind of far out there. So, I kind of zoom in the camera. And I was watching them actually working a lot of getting to the guards to the second level.
Okay.
One of the problems we had last year when we benched Connor Williams was we brought in Connor McGovern, who he couldn't get to the second level. And let me explain to everybody so you understand. When you have great, hey, what's up, Ava? Um, I forgot how to be a channel member, DMV. I have you on my phone, DMV, and on my iPad. Did you ever get that set up, channel memberships?
Yeah, I did not get it set up. So I think you were showing me it, but we didn't necessarily go through everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay. All right. Well, when I get back, I'll help you. Well, oh, Ridgeway, I think will definitely be making the 53-man roster. Ridgeway, I'm going to tell you, Ridgeway hit Zach Martin and stood up Zach Martin. Okay. So you're talking about him going against, great players and holding his own. And when I say that guy is big, that guy is huge. He could literally play the mountain on Game of Thrones.
mm,
And I actually have no problems with our defensive line. I'm going to say that Tristan Hill is actually looking a lot better than when he got pancaked the other day. He is definitely come on a long ways. It was kind of cute seeing Kevin Joseph coming over after practice with his son, who was just kind of waddling behind him and stuff. Little tiny kid and stuff. So it was heartwarming there. But as far as our defensive line, I think the defensive line is going to be good. I think we are really going to be able to put some pressure and really control the middle of the field. And it seems like more than anything else, a lot of the guys have actually gotten tighter bodies. Quentin Bohannon does not look as sloppy. And forgive me if you're watching. I don't mean to say you were sloppy fat or anything, but his body, he's big, but it looks a lot tighter. And seeing those guys on the defensive line, they look good. They look actually really
gotcha, man. Yeah, man. I know that you got to get ready to go out and meet Gina Thorne. Um, if there was anything
good.
else
And
you
her
wanted to
husband.
talk about, feel free. If not, man,
Well, Randy Sykes wants to know your thoughts on TJ Basher. And you've been asking me all kinds of questions. What do you think about what's going on with training camp? Are you concerned? Do you think we need to go out and grab a whole bunch of people? I know that the Cowboys are saying that they're looking for wide receiver help. I know the fans out there are saying bring back Dez. Hell, I've seen some people say bring back T.O.
well, so Randy wants to know what I think.
What do you think about TJ Basher?
To be honest with you, you can't teach 6'6", but to be honest, but to be 6'6", I would like to see him win matchups a little bit more than I really do. Do I think we need to go out and get a receiver? Yeah, and also too with TJ, I'm not so sure how much he'll impact special teams. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had a buddy of mine talk about TJ, and he talked about how we developed Miles Austin,
Right.
Patrick Creighton,
Mm-hmm.
Cole Beasley. And the difference between Vasher and those guys is that those guys impacted us special teams wise and bought
Right.
time for a couple of years for themselves to develop. Vasher, he's not going to be a return guy like those guys are. So it's like 6'6" and his body type, you're not going to put him on the
And
field.
leaping ability.
I mean, you're not going to put him as a gunner. You're not going to put him on kickoff team. So it's just like he's not going to be able to develop getting game speed wise unless he's out there. And so it's going to be really tough to develop him like those guys unless he just gets better overnight.
I tell you what, though, when I think of a red zone threat, you know, that height, he's going to be taller than a lot of the D backs out there. He's a big target, and I love big targets as wide receivers.
But also keep in mind, Amari last year wasn't 6'6", and he was probably our best red zone threat.
Hmm.
So it really all just matters how you really use the space, because CD can really go up there and get it in the corner of the end zone and do stuff as well. I mean, you just don't want to keep somebody just to be a red zone threat. He's got to be able to be
I
more
agree,
well rounded.
but you know what? Here's the thing, though. I hate to say that Bill Belichick will go through and he'll take a person. I got you for 15 plays a game. He'll use 20, 30 guys on the roster. It may be that you're only good for this thing over here, and I'm going to use you for that. And that's also good because he's more able to handle um, handle, when they lose players because they can kind of shift to do other things. We've been so kind of one dimensional with our players that when we lose a Tyron Smith or things, when we get out of sync, we're not able to adjust as well.
Yeah, I agree. Mark Hutchinson with the super chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Uh, what do we need another receiver for? We have Pollard, and I like where he's going with this because this does give us an opportunity to give Pollard more touches with
Hmm.
how things are right now. Which
Yeah,
God knows we need that explosiveness, and he's been having a pretty solid camp. Um,
sure on that one.
Now, but I'm willing to give these young guys a chance in preseason, at least a preseason game, to see what they have. Because sometimes you just end up being a gamer. Nobody expected Victor Cruz to become the guy that he became. You
True
know,
on that one.
sometimes the thing about football is the more confident you are, or the more confident you can become,
Hmm.
the better you are. And sometimes maybe just a good preseason game is just all you need in order to really kickstart
Right.
who you're going to
And,
become.
and that's the thing too, is if you bring in a veteran, he's going to have to be coached up to be brought up to speed, to be ready to play, which means that's less time for some of the younger guys, and sometimes they can stunt the growth of guys that could actually end up playing better for you than, so on. And you bring up a great point about Tony Pollard. Like, for example, when you think about the gadget ability of Tony Pollard, if you can line him up in the backfield and then you shift him out as a wide receiver into the slot, well, that's going to make the defense really have to change and go ahead and adjust. Whereas you bring in Cole Beasley, put him in the slot, automatically he's going to be, the slot receiver, and you can better count it. Having that extra dimension of running and catching, that multiple position, I think is actually a better plan for your wide receiver slash running back than it is just bringing in another veteran that may be or may not be good at this point.
Ava Haygood with the super sticker. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Appreciate the love. Thank you.
Yep. So yeah, but it's been great being out here, and seeing all the team and stuff. It's going to be hard to go back home and not getting up and going to practice.
Well, I
But
tell you what, next year I'll plan better. I probably won't be coaching next year, so
mhm.
I'll be able to plan and be able to get out there, and I won't take no for an answer at home. Hopefully, my wife is watching right now, or maybe she might be like, "I want to be like your Tracy," and end up out there. Who knows?
Shout out to my wife because she has been fantastic, and I will say it has been a pleasure having her here with me. Um, it's just been great. It's been incredible. But, oh, she just popped her head around the corner like, mm. No, seriously. So in fact, my wife is like, so. It makes and I tell you what, DMV. Maybe I think about saying, "Hey, honey, why don't you come up train camp with me?"
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My biggest issue is having 3
Well, you
rugrats.
got kids. That's right.
Yeah,
You got okay. See,
yeah,
I forgot.
your
I'm,
rugrats are
I'm
grown.
the burial insurance guy. Okay, my kids are grown, but no, it's actually been great because I've been able to spend actually more time with her, believe it or not, than usually because I'm usually running around doing all the other things, and this has just been able to focus in, getting the content and stuff out, and then focusing in on spending some time with the wife. So it's been a true blessing to have been able to do this, and I love it. I love every minute of it.
Well, gotcha, man. I know you got to get up out of here. You got to go get ready to meet Gina Thorne. Tell Gina I said hello.
I definitely will. She was actually they came over to Red Robin while we were doing the live stream with Law Nation and stuff. We actually had a good group of people that are coming through. In fact, what we're talking about trying to do, Law Nation, nothing but the best, is being the visionary and saying what we need to be able to do next year is at Red Robin turn the place blue and end up having true post practice live streams and stuff with big crowds. So it's like, yeah, we got a year to plan that stuff and
Oh,
get it.
so we're gonna call it Blue Robin then. It's gonna be
That's right.
Blue
We're
Robin.
gonna make Red Robin the Blue Robin during Dallas Cowboys training camp.
Sounds like a plan, my guy. Well, man, hey, look, appreciate you. Thank you so much for your service. Have a safe flight home. let me know because I know you're gonna probably have some jet lag and everything like that. But when you get back, man, it'd be great to get back in the man cave and
Oh, we ain't got no time to waste now, man. Shoot, our first preseason game is coming up, so we'll be live streaming on Sunday afternoon, of course, just like we do at 5 o'clock. I think actually I get in like 10 a.m. on Saturday because it's a late flight tomorrow night, and there's a layover at Fort Lauderdale and everything else. So it'll be Saturday morning when I get back, but I'll probably sleep on the plane anyway. So
yeah.
I'll be
Well, I hope you have a safe trip because, man, look, I've had some trouble with flights and stuff as of late. So I'm crossing my fingers for you.
Don't say that. All right.
Yeah. Man. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute. Thank everybody for stopping in. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Ava, for the super chats, for the love and everything like that. And we're out. Appreciate you.
Peace. Peace, man. Okay.